Governor Romney, would it be worth going to war to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon?
Well, let's start back from there, and let's talk about where we are. This is, of course, President Obama's greatest failing from a foreign policy standpoint, which is he recognized the gravest threat that America and the world faced was a nuclear Iran, and he did not do what was necessary to get Iran to be dissuaded from their nuclear folly. What he should have done is speak out when dissidents took to the streets and say America is with you, and work on a covert basis to encourage the dissidents. Number two, he should have put in place crippling sanctions against Iran. But instead of getting Russia, for instance, to when he gave in our missile defense system to agree to stand with those crippling sanctions, he gave Russia what they wanted, their #1 foreign policy objective, and got nothing in return.
That's the time, Governor, on the question. We're going to adhere to time very quickly. But let me.
I get 60 seconds.
Yes, sir. And
that was 30.
The 60.
Sorry, it started at yellow, so I have much more time to go.
You know what, Governor? I stand corrected. You are right. Please continue.
All right, thank you. Finally, the president should have built credible threat of military action and made it very clear that the United States of America is willing, in the final analysis, if necessary, to take military action to keep Iran from having a nuclear weapon. Look, one thing you can know, and that is if we re-elect Barack Obama, Iran will have a nuclear weapon. And if we elect Mitt Romney, if you elect me as the next president, they will not have a nuclear weapon.
But, sir, you just described where we are today, and that's what you're going to have to deal with if you become president. How do you prevent them from obtaining a nuclear weapon? Is it worth going to war to prevent that?
Well, it's worth putting in place crippling sanctions. It's worth working with the insurgents in the country to encourage regime change in the country. And if all else fails, if after all of the work we've done, there's nothing else we can do besides take military action, then of course you take military action. It is unacceptable for Iran to have a nuclear weapon. We will not allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon. This term unacceptable has been applied by several presidents over history, and our current president has made it very clear that he's not willing to do those things necessary to get Iran to be dissuaded from their nuclear folly. I will take a different course. I will make sure that the sanctions, diplomatic pressure, economic pressure, and support of insurgents within the country help them become dissuaded to get away from their nuclear ambition.
This time it is time.
Yeah, and finally have that military threat out there.
On the follow-ups. We're going to try to adhere to the time.